Hey, it's do Hey, it's day 228 of Hey, what are you doing today? Sorry, I was thinking. Anyway, kind of early morning. Uh, Come with me. Another weird dream last night. I talked about a dream once before in one of these videos, and it shows how often I actually have some kind of recollection of my dreams. But this one shook me out of bed last night at about 3:15 in the morning, 3:30, somewhere around there, and just as the other one did. I guess maybe if I'm shocked into being awake, that's when I remember my dreams. But there's a sense to me that a dream really is the subconscious communicating with the conscious. That active subconscious wrestling with things that we take with us into sleep. And the fact that or not the fact, but it's almost as if the subconscious can't really use words or something, so it uses images and tries to piece together these emotions that are going on that in its side of the world that's outside of the conscious side of the world. But just a thought. But anyway, it was really a really unique dream. It was only maybe a minute or two long, what I remember. But when I came into the dream, from where I remember it, I had just caught a fish, and it was a good, 100 yards away from me, and I caught it with a fishing pole, of course, and I could see it jumping out of the water, and it was. Not a huge fish, not like a something, a marlin or something like that, but it was, probably a good two or 2.5, 3 feet long, fish that was jumping out of the water, and I got real excited about catching the fish, and as I was reeling it in, it jumped one last time, and then when it surfaced again, it surfaced in the form of a big snake, and it was a really unique snake. It was probably about maybe 8 to 10 feet long, but it was like a foot and a half, 2 feet wide, really big round head, and just a very unique looking snake. And it had started with a black stripe at the nose, and then went to white and orange, and continued that all the way down, very thick, 1 foot stripes on it. And had a big mouth and these big black eyes, and I could tell right away that it was not a friendly snake, but it had eaten the fish that I had caught, and now it was stuck on the end of my line. I was at one point I was just kind of kind of perplexed and amazed by that I'd caught this fish, and then this giant snake had eaten the fish, and now the giant snake was on the end of my line, and I just continued in the motion of bringing that snake in, and when it got to maybe about 6 to 8 feet away from me, still in the water, it leapt from the water and came right towards my head in kind of an attack mode, and it had a very docile looking face, almost like a cartoon, and it looked very cartoonish in some regards, I guess. But as soon as it jumped at me, I mean, I got I was so threatened by it that I woke up immediately. My heart was pounding. It was like, whoa, what was that? And it kept me awake for the energy and the excitement of the whole thing kept me awake for at least an hour afterwards. But but when I do have dreams, I like to just put it in my phone, kind of see what people say about different things, and it was like so right on. It was so exactly what was going on with my conscious and everything, and basically what I had found was that uh, what was it? The snake represents, and I'm not sure what culture this was. I kind of think it might have been a Native American culture, but the snake represents a transformation, and overcoming of oneself, and it also, when the snake attacks, it's a way of being aware that there's some negative emotions that are going on, that need to be controlled, and if they're not controlled, it's almost like you're going to get bit by the snake. If you're not aware of those emotions, and if you act from those emotions, this negative effect is going to come from it. So it's kind of a way say, hey, you know, be aware of what's going on, be aware of the fact that you're going through a transformation, be aware of this thing that's bothering you on an emotional level, and don't let it get carried away. And that's exactly where I was. I mean, I recognize the transformation I'm going through. However, I'm kind of battling something on an emotional level with thoughts that I have about the place that I'm at, and the work that I'm doing, and how things are unfolding. And you know, I can let that build like the cesspool that it is, and until it bubbles over and becomes explosive, or I can just be aware of it and step outside of it, and you know, be grateful for the transformation, and be grateful for what's coming, and what that's bringing, and what that is bringing. You know, it's kind of nice. I have to be thankful for the bad side of things now, because when things are good and smooth, I become complacent, and I'm okay with the situation. You know, I'm okay with what I'm doing, and I'm okay with the lifestyle, and I'm okay with all that. But when things are turbulent, that makes me want to dig myself out and get away from it, and end it. And that's really where I'm at. I've been here too long. There's no doubt in my mind. It's no longer the right place for me. And you know, nothing against the place. You know, it's served me well, and taught me things, and expanded my mind. So I'm grateful for what it's brought to me. But I can't languish here for much longer. So yesterday I decided, you know, I gave myself that 3 months, and now I can, you know, realistically pursue it. Look at it, you know, in an uplifting manner, as kind of an escape mode. You know, there's always that element of uncertainty, and with that uncertainty, kind of brings that element of doubt or fear, and those things need to be just accepted and overcome, and that's what it is. I'm pretty well prepared for the situation I'm going to get myself into. So it's just a matter of making it through until that 3 month point. So, but anyway, just had that dream fresh in my head, and thought it was a pretty powerful little thing that I wanted to capture and remember for myself, and so I'll leave it at that, unless something else comes up later in the day and I decide to add to it. But that's day 228. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.